Good morning, my friends. How are you? I am just clicking one more. There we go. See if it's going to work. Nah, it's not going to work. Okay. So I am trying to, I think I was telling you that I've been trying to push this out a little bit in a few different other areas. And one of them is LinkedIn. And it does not want my business at this point in time. So I've got to have to figure out why. Maybe I should read this. Actually, let's read this together because this is important. This is part of what I'm going to talk about. It says, whoops, LinkedIn says you're not approved for LinkedIn Live. It's only available for a limited group of members or organizations. For more information, apply for access. Okay. Note that LinkedIn grants access pages to profiles separately. So anyways, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not approved. I wonder what I need to do to be approved. Will you guys tell them to approve me? Anyway, this kind of brings me to a little bit about what I want to talk about, which is reading and analyzing and processing all of the hard work you're doing on social media and with all of your content, really. So I had an interesting aha moment yesterday. And I was preparing for our Real Law State with Patty and Kate, which is that weekly show that my business partner and I do over at Bold Real Estate. So you can catch it on the Bold Real Estate site. I normally share it here, and it's also on YouTube. So you can catch it in a few different places as well. And what we were talking about was social media, partly because when Patty and I became partners at Bold Real Estate, she's an attorney. And when I said, I think that we need to really build up social media. And she's like, kind of thing. And then I said, and we're going to have to go live. And she kind of said at the time, like, I'm an attorney, like it's good for you, but like, attorneys don't go live. I said, if we want to get our message amplified and get people to get to know you and get to know us, then that should be part of our system. Anyway, so we've been doing it now for 2 years. And also we, she's really taken off on her content for communicating with people. A lot of shop local, a lot of really good things, a lot of empowerment for women. And so we kind of reviewed some of that and reflected on it last night. And as I was putting together the slide presentation for it, because we went, so she was where she was and I was where I was. So we used this platform for it, was that as I was looking to see what grabbed the most engagement from people. Interestingly, part of it was this what we're doing right now, which is the Streamyard, which interestingly, normally it has the words going on the bottom. I don't see them going there. So I'm guessing I changed that setting. So I might gonna go back and fix that. But that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, I think it's because it's cross-platform. So create once, reproduce everywhere, core, right? Create once, reproduce everywhere. So that's part of what my message is. And then the second part was really going back to make sure that when somebody commented on one of my posts, that we responded. And if they asked a question, I answered. And that I also kind of created where they could get more information for people who seemed excited or it was their first time there. So I want to encourage you to do the same. Now, Kimberly Allard, who's a Massachusetts, maybe national phenom, she says, anything worth doing is worth tracking. And when she said that, I kind of had one of those moments of, I have heard her say it a few times, but I had one of those moments of, you never track anything in my brain. And again, a lot of times I go on intuition and I go on what feels good and also what I feel like doing. So I thought to myself, as I was looking at all of the numbers from last night and reviewing and realizing, what you guys like, I decided I was going to do a little bit better at it. And so because I want to try to do better at it, I want you to try to do better at it. And so you hold me accountable, I'll hold you accountable. Together, we will, one of the things I hear all the time from people who are just starting out, putting out social, or just starting a group, or just starting a page, or just starting an arc. I always talk about content arcs. Everything should be a story. And I talk about this frequently. So I said, all right, so then what we need to do is, if we're telling a story, realize that immediate gratification may very well not be there. So for me, I'm going live right now. There's not a lot of people that are live with me. And so I know that the value for this particular thing is in the replay. It's a value for me to do it at 6:30 in the morning because it starts my rituals. However, it may not be a 6:30 in the morning thing for you to watch as part of your rituals, right? So together we can figure it out. We got to look, right? It's just not going to be immediate. It's not going to be like I tried posting 3 things and nothing worked. That just doesn't work, right? So I figured out by analyzing last night that I have been going live daily for more than 8 years. Okay. So more than 8 years, I have been showing up Monday through Friday to do this. So, when you look at it that way, it's not so awesome. No, I'm only kidding. So anyway, the reason I'm saying this and what I want to get across to you is start. And then once you start, stay with it. And then once you stay with it, start analyzing it. And once you start analyzing it, start taking that information that you're learning and maximizing it. Another thing that I realized this weekend, because I was putting together our freshening presentation I'm doing next week, is I want time and money freedom. I want to be able to work as hard as I can and as smart as I can when I'm working. And then when I'm not working, I want to develop those things I want to do outside of work. So that doesn't mean that I want to work as hard and crazy as I can all the time and maximize every moment on that. I want to be smart. So what I did a lot of this year, the pandemic has been a really big clarifier for me. And what that did was it showed me how to clarify my message, clarify my intentions, clarify my target audience, which is you, my friends, and build on that and not try to go crazy and please everybody. Anyway, that's my investigate for today. What about you? What have you been finding? Did you do that exercise I posted last week? That was such an eye opener for me. That was the Tim Ferriss one. It's maybe it was the end of the week before last. So you've had a good week to do it. I really, really, you owe it to yourself. It is one of the best exercises I can see out there. It looks so simple, and it is, but simply really, it pulls out a couple of those nuggets that we really need to face. And I hope we do it. Let me know how you make it out. Feel free to reach out to me. I need you. I have somebody who's been a fanatic, not a fanatical, a fantastic person who shows up. And when she shows up, she also gives feedback. And that feedback helps me. And I love it because it makes me better, and it makes it better. It makes what I give to you better. So please, let's talk. Let's do this. Tell me what I can do for you. All righty, my friends, have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.